Hello all. In this tutorials I am going to present production drawing practice, as most of the viewers are asking about production drawing sketches also. So here I am going to use different assembly drawings as their questions, followed by how to make detailed drawing of it. Before moving on to, let me clear one thing, like what is the basic difference between machine drawing and production drawing practice, which you come across in graduation mechanical. Like if you talk about machine drawing, here we'll try to assemble the components and position them in its working position, place them in its working position. Whereas in case of production drawing, it is completely different from machine drawing, where you try to disassemble the component. The only basic difference is, in machine drawing we'll assemble the components, in production drawing we disassemble the components. Okay, in this series of video lectures of drafting, I'm going to present you different assemblies, where I'm going to show you how individual components are drafted with all the dimensions. Okay, and coming to machine drawing, you only see how the components are positioned or placed in its working position, whereas in production drawing is will help you to fabricate the component. The same sheet, whatever the production drawing sheet we prepare or will design, need to be sent to the shop floor for manufacturing. Just by looking at those drawings and dimensions, the person who is actually operating the machine will manufacture the component, individual components, okay, based on its dimensions, tolerances and all. Okay, so here let me go with a drawing sheet, say okay, right. Now machine drawing will help you to see the assembly before manufacturing, to see the components before manufacturing, how the components are going to be, how the machine is going to be before manufacturing only. Okay, before complete system get developed, how the complete system will work or function. You can see the animation, you can see the assembly, you can see the exploded view of it, you can see the drafting of it, every other thing can be seen in that. Whereas production drawing is completely different, where the sheet will go to the shop floor for manufacturing. Unless and until you have a production drawing sheet, you can't manufacture any component. That is what I am going to show you. For that I am going to select A0 size as my format or a template. This is the sheet you could see on screen. On this sheet I am going to present different projections of different parts, and that sheet can be sent to shop floor for manufacturing. Okay, let us start. Now I am going to browse an assembly which I have already published in many assemblies in the name of machine drawing, individual component designing also. And for this session I have different assemblies here. For this session, let me consider stuffing box, okay, which is most important assembly when it comes to mechanical engineering. So that is the reason I am considering this stuffing box assembly. Let me open. I am trying to place somewhere here. Just have a look. I just zoom it out. I'll escape. Now you could see the view. Okay, this is the complete assembly of stuffing box. Here if I click the view, you could see left ribbon will get open. If I scroll down slowly, I can keep the component complete wireframe also. Alright, means invisible edges can also be seen with a hidden line. Okay, and whatever the dimensions we have considered while creating part drawing, all the drawings can be retrieved here. Okay, in the name of annotations. Okay, you can increase the scale, decrease the scale. Let me increase the scale to 2:1 for your better understanding. Okay, let me move the complete assembly to maybe one side. This is fine. All right, and you can, if you want, can keep the component solid also, but in actual practice it won't be of that kind. In actual practice it won't be solid. Okay, later stage if you want, we'll try to keep it. Initially the question of a production drawing going to be this kind. Okay, and the top view will also be given to you. If you go to view layout, projected view, This is the projected view of that particular assembly. Let us go out. Okay, now this is the question. This kind of question will be given to you, okay, in the examination or for your production drawing practice, and with all the dimensions, remember, with all the dimensions, but here dimensions are not considered. So simply whatever the dimensions we have maintained there in part drawing, simply select the view and go to annotate. Here you say import annotations, design annotations. If you just click over it, you could see all those dimensions. Include item for hidden features. Yes, let me say OK to this. This is one way of getting all your, okay, as it is an assembly, I am not getting it. One more way is model view is here, and go to annotation, model item, select model item. Now it is asking to select the view. So I want all the dimensions. So select this dimension option. No, okay, it is not marked. Select it and select the view. Okay, then say OK to this. Say yes. Okay, because no model item was inserted. Choose yes to change import from option to entire model and try it again. Okay, so let me say OK. I'll just zoom it out so that you have a better idea. So if you could remember, those who are dealing with this subject, this diameter is going to be 50, and here you find a height of 9, and here you find a diameter, again a distance of 24 overall, so 1/2 going to be 12, and offset distance of both the studs going to be 84, followed by many other dimensions if you could remember, and this is going to be 45 overall height, and internally you find 66 diameter here. Okay, and 84, again it is showing 84, which is not required. Over dimension should not be there, so I am removing, which if I find any over dimension, repeated dimensions, I mean 120 is one more dimension, 140 is another dimension. Just have a look. 120 is repeated, let me delete. Okay, and 15 is one more width, you could see, and 50 is the internal height, and 12 is the diameter, 13, 12. Alright, 30 is not required now, let me delete. And some radius is randomly placed, R3, and 15 is again one more thickness. Likewise, whatever the dimensions we have maintained there, all the dimensions we can show it here on the complete assembly. Okay, no, this is not required, remove. Okay, whatever is required, try to place. So with the help of these dimensions, what we need to do, what a student need to do here is, he has to make individual components of complete assembly. That is important. Now what we do in production drawing is, you have to disassemble the components, place the components individually, and draw the projections of it according to the dimensions. Okay, that is important. Now just have a look. This is a question given to you, accordingly you have to work out. Okay, if you want to place some dimensions of the top view also, go to smart dimensions, and let me fix this dimension 40, and maybe if you want some other dimensions, you can place it in and around. So whatever the dimensions required, all the dimensions will be given to you with an assembly. Okay, I'll just try to keep this complete view in solid. Now you will understand the individual components. Okay, try to understand here all individual just let me keep it in high quality. All individual components, this is, these two are same parts, but let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, and internally you find one more component. If you increase the transparency, then you will understand. Okay, these are all the different parts given. What we need to do, why solid model will not be given to you in the examination means, if the solid model given to you means it won't be clear. Okay, that is the reason they try to give it with a wireframe model, where you could see the internal parts also. This hidden part is one more internal part with all the dimensions. Okay, if dimensions will be given to you. If I forget to give something, try to understand, and let me give this dimension, which is 42, and from here to the next, let me increase the size, it is 23 point something, and out and out it is supposed to be 33, and overall height from here to the bottom it is going to be 21, or whatever dimensions. All dimensions will be given to you. Accordingly, you have to take this part out. Think as if you are disassembling it. Take this part out and draw the projections of that particular part. Okay, now coming to this assembly, these are all the dimensions given, complete question given to you. What you have to do? You have to disassemble the component. Let me consider one by one parts. Okay, let me consider one by one parts. For that, what we need to do, I am going to view palette. Just have a look here. I'll scroll down the button, keep stuffing box. Once I select this stuffing box, just have a look, try to understand. Here you don't find any of the views, you find a simple space over here. Once I click on stuffing box assembly, what happens here is the assembly projections will come into picture here. Front view, top view, side view, isometric view, trimetric view, diametric view. So it will keep on read. Now you find the reading also here. You just check it out. It will keep on read and it will show you all the views. Check mark. Just have a look. It is running, reading all the parts and reading complete assembly. Now you find front, right, top, bottom, left, back, isometric, trimetric, diametric, okay, exploded view, many other options you find here. You could see this. Okay, if you want, you can place exploded view and all other stuff you can do. Okay, directly by placing the exploded view, you can show that exploded view also for your better understanding, but that is not required for production drawing practice. So what my intention is, here if you scroll down, you find only assembly, you don't find the individual parts. But here the thing is, we need to deal with individual parts. Try to understand. Okay, to get all the individual parts here in the drafting sheet, what we need to do is, here I am going with drawing view, stuffing box assembly. Okay, under this stuffing box assembly, when you assemble the parts, you find all individual parts also. What you have to do is, you have to open all the individual parts in the part drawing. So if you open it there, all will be visible here in the view palette. Okay, I'll show you how. I'll go to body, right click, and let me say open part. Okay, it got opened. Fix it, and again I'll go to a window. I'll go back to draft sheet and I'll go to second stud, right click, open. It got opened. Again go to window, go back to drafting sheet. Here this time I'm going with I'm opening a bush, right click, open it, fit it. Again go back to draft sheet, right click on the gland, open it, got it. All right, again I'm going back. Now I have opened all the parts, okay, whichever are helpful to make an assembly. Okay, all the individual parts help to create an assembly. Okay, now I'll go to view palette, check it out here. Initially we don't have all the parts, only we have a stuffing box assembly. Now if I scroll down, you find gland, bush, stud, body, every other thing is available. Okay, now you can make use of these parts and you can make individual parts. Okay, as the main part is body, okay, you can click on body. Once you click on body, it will read the body related views. Okay, it is reading the body related views. You got all the views related to that particular body. Okay, let me consider front, drag and drop. Okay, simply drag and drop it here on the draft sheet. Okay, escape. Once again I'll repeat, there is some problem. Go to view palette, body, front, drag and drop. Okay, when I'm dropping this, if you could observe properly, this particular view is aligning with the, just you could see the hidden line, it is aligning with the assembly. That should not happen. If that align with the assembly, you can't move the part wherever you want in the draft sheet. So what you have to do is right click on the part, go to alignment, say break alignment. Now you can move your part wherever you want. Okay, that is possible. Before it is not possible. Okay, this is how you have to place. Let me keep the view in wireframe. This is important. Now you have to keep your component in wireframe model. Okay, this is very much important. Followed by you have to give all the dimensions. Whatever the dimensions you have for that particular part has to be given. So let me select that view, go to design, import annotation. Let me say okay. Okay, if you go to that part, all dimensions related, you got it, 15 and 50 mm and 15 mm thickness, followed by some radius. So if you in and around, if you require some other like if I select this view again, initially we have selected view, include items from hidden features also. In between you have some hidden features. If you want that information, you can click it here, say okay, you got that information also. Okay, let me keep it out, and internally this is not required as I have already. If some dimensions if you are missing, go to smart dimension, try to give those dimensions also. It is 42 and out it is going to be 66. Likewise you can zoom out and check it out. This is going to be something around 12 dia. Whatever is required, you can place it from hidden to next hidden. It is going to be 33 dia. If you could remember from your from your views of textbook. Similarly, if you want to place, you can place more related dimensions, any of the dimensions related. If you want, for example, this overall width and this overall length of 140, that can also be positioned. This is how independent or individual drawings can be made. Okay, if you want, you can convert this into a solid model, and just for your understanding, just have a look. The same part you could see here. Okay, let me close this, keep this view also in solid, then you'll understand. This is the part that I have drafted. Okay, this is the part number 1 which I have drafted over here individually and given all the dimensions. Okay, just to make you understand, I kept it in solid, but it is supposed to be in wireframe only. It should be in wireframe. Even this is also kept in wireframe only, so that you'll understand the internal features. There is a hole or not, if there is any other feature existing inside. Alright, if you want, you can increase the scale also, that can also be done. This is fine. And now again, after this again I'll just, okay, this is by mistake happened, I'll just delete this isometric view which is not required. Nobody will ask you to draw the isometric. I'll go to palette back again. This time I want stud information. It is reading the stud information which is there in the database of this particular laptop. I'll just take this front view, I'll place the front somewhere, maybe okay at this point. Now try to understand, when I'm placing the stud over there, it is aligning with the body, or else it is aligning with the what you call assembly. That should not happen. Okay, now you'll get the top view also. Let me increase the size. Before doing that, let me right click on the stud and break the alignment, so that I can move wherever I want. And let me select and increase the size this time, because we have enough space in this particular sheet of A0, so we can move it. Yeah, done, got it, fine. Let me move to somewhat to right. Yes, fine. Now if you want, you can give annotations directly as I did, go down. But when you do conventionally for your academic purpose, you have to do by using drafter and drawing sheet, all the drawing instruments. You have to do everything properly, like this alignment is also required. Let me turn on all of them and say okay. Then whatever the dimensions we have considered while creating part drawing or developing part drawing, all dimensions can be seen here. Alright, so you can cross check if have any doubt, you can cross check also. Every dimension you got it. Okay, overall it is going to be 12, only half of it I am showing. If you want to show the circle diameter, that can even be shown. It is 24. Done. For your understanding I kept it. Let me take this dimension nearby. Got it. Alright, this is how a stud is placed. Okay, 2 parts done. So if you want to increase the size of this particular body, even that can be done. Custom scale, go to 2:1 ratio, say okay to this. Okay, that is done, and try to take this view down somewhat. Fine. Okay, other parts, let me say okay to this, go to view palette, back again, and go with a gland. It is reading the gland views. Whichever the view you want, you can pick, drag, and simply drop here, but it is aligning with the stud. Okay, so that alignment, better you take it off, that will help you out all the time, because you can simply move your entity or the projection wherever you want. Right click on it and alignment, so simply break it. Done. Okay, now simply what I do, again, as we have increased the scale of all the views, better to increase the scale of keep it in wireframe, and keep all the dimensions, followed by, let me increase the scale to 2:1, say okay to this. Okay, now both are colliding, both the views are colliding with each other, so let me increase, or I mean move that particular Control Z. Yes, yeah, just check it out. I am moving all the dimensions out of the view or projection. This dimension is not required, let me delete, and any other thing required or not, let me check out. More or less you got all the dimensions. If you need more, go to smart and click, you will get it. Same 24, and if you need any dimension related to the top, it is supposed to be 50, that can also be placed. Okay, I got more. Okay, this over dimension should not be there. I got 2 in a row, which is wrong, so that one has to be deleted. From here to the next vertical, it is supposed to be, sorry, smart dimension, from this vertical till the next 50. Okay, as I am dealing with modeling software, it becomes easy to draft, and whatever the dimensions we have given there in part drawing, all will be retrieved. Okay, everything will be followed, whatever we have followed there, every dimension will be followed here, so it becomes so easy. But when it comes to conventional way of drawing, people get confused. This is how you need to disassemble. Okay, to give you an idea about how actually production drawing is made. Other than dimensioning, we need to deal with all the tolerances also. Wherever two parts are coming in contact with each other, mating with each other, there we need to work on a few other things, like what you call geometrical symbols need to be given, tolerances values need to be given, every other thing need to be given. So that is more and more important other than drawing. Okay, so here some part got inserted, it seems. Okay, there is one more part, it seems. Okay, this part need to be removed. Let me delete, say yes. By mistake, when I took this projection, that projection, one more copy I kept it here by mistake. Okay, let me go to view wallet and consider one more, which is a bush. It is reading all the information related to bush. It will place all the views related, whichever you want, you can drag and drop it here. If I place centrally, it is going to align. If you want, you can keep it aside. Okay, and projections of it, again I want to keep it in wireframe. Let me say okay to this, select projection, and keep it in wireframe and increase the scale as we are following 2:1 for this draft sheet, and model view, select it, dimension, say OK. Yes, you get all the dimensions related. Alright, as it got selected, I got all of them. So try to align dimensions. Aligning in a row, alignment is also important, whether it is horizontal or vertical. If you are working on a conventional sheet of paper also, this alignment is very much important. Simply you can't place the dimensions wherever you want. Okay, that things you need to follow, that is important. This is how we actually place dimensions from here to this one, 42, and again from here to this point. Okay, some dimensions I'll just try to show you. This is how a draft sheet is made, and this draft sheet is sent to the shop floor for manufacturing. When you send this to shop floor, the person will understand, okay, how actually it look like, and based on these dimensions and individual parts, he'll try to fabricate or manufacture each and every individual part. Okay, and with this complete assembly, he'll understand how the parts are going to sit in its working position also. But for academic purposes, for your examination point of view or practice purpose, what we actually try to do is, you have this kind of question with front and top, complete assembly with front and top. You need to present views of it. Okay, and projection should not, for example, this is a front view, this is a top view, front and top view of this part, front and top view of this part, and these front and top views should align with each other. It should not be like if somebody draws front view here and the top view somewhere away from that, will go wrong all the time, because front view and top view will align with each other, front top side also align with each other. That alignment should be there. Okay, if you mismatch this component with this component, that is fine, because these two are different component, those two are not integral. Okay, and again I am mismatching the center line of part number 1 with this particular bush. That is fine, because these two are independent parts. Okay, this is how you need to present. Alright, and one more point I would like to mention here. If you want this part, as I said, you can do the misalignment by breaking it, right click, and you can do few more tasks are also available. You can go to zoom pan, you can rotate the view also. If you want, you can rotate this particular view, have a look at it. That view can be rotated whatever the position you want. Okay, so anything can be done more or less. Let me use Ctrl Z option to position it back to its position. Okay, you can keep it in 3D model also, and here whatever the information I have given it as stuffing box assembly. When I saved the complete assembly in assembly module, same name could be seen here. Okay, you can give whatever the information you want can be given here. This is all about production drawing practice, where you need to disassemble the given assembly, individual parts with all dimensions, tolerances and all. I'll show you in the next upcoming video how to give tolerance symbols, geometrical symbols, leader lines, all other information also I'll try to give you. Okay, and try to understand production drawing is so simple, complete reverse to machine drawing. What we do, this is the same sheet, we send it to shop floor for manufacturing. Okay, if you take a print of it, if you take a print of this particular copy, you are going to get it a more magnified way. Okay, you can take a PDF print also, that is possible. Okay, you can say file and save as. Simply I'll show you one. Go to, let me keep it in PDF format on my desktop by the name stuffing box. Save. It has saved now. Let me minimize this window. Okay, it got saved now. Let me minimize these windows and let me open this stuffing box assembly. Just have a look. I'm closing this. No, everything is so perfect, so clear. A0 size is very big. You are going to get the picture with a lot of clarity. Okay, if you close this, you find every detail got it. Now when you take a print, you are going to get a very magnified, clean, neat picture. Okay, this is what we do. All right, thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe, share, as most of the viewers are asking about production drawing. That is the reason I have started this playlist, and try to follow. You get more and more assembly drawings, important assembly drawings I'll try to present first. Later stage we'll move on to some other drawings also. Thank you for now.